It's over. We lost. This is bad. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Got some good news, got some bad news, alright? Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic. Welcome back to the channel. And so we got Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight coming out on May 22nd, same day as The Mandalorian and Grogu, which I will probably be the only one attending. My mom, dad, my nanny, and poppy, I guess. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy Friday, right? I got Lego Batman, I got Star Wars movie coming out the same day. It's gonna be a grand time. However, what isn't a grand time is a certain aspect of TT games, right? Now, this is gonna come off either as jealous prick gets mad for 20 minutes, or guy gets mad for 20 minutes. I guess, right? I mean, there's not really much of a difference there, but yeah. So why am I so butthurt and salty? Well, I'm a little shitter-shattered because at the same time we're getting this new Lego Batman game, right? It looks awesome, right? It looks incredible. It's like Lego Arkham. It's gonna be insane. Now, obviously, yes, okay, the game is gonna look awesome. It does look great. Hopefully, it's gonna run well, look good, play well, all those things, right? And I think that TT Games can do it. But one of the issues I've had with this company over the years, and it's not just this game, it's Skywalker Saga, it's Lego Dimensions, the Lego Ninjago movie game, a lot of the Lego games have this issue, and that is, of course, the voice acting. Now, this is coming from a guy who can do voice acting. Now, you're probably wondering, really? You're a voice actor? Yeah, if you didn't know, I'm unpaid, which, yeah, that sucks. But I do voice acting, right? And obviously, yeah, I mean, I think being unpaid isn't obviously a great thing to put on a resume, but you got to start somewhere, right? And I think that for certain people, monetary honor that equals no confidence or no talent. But no, I mean, I can do like 40, 50 voices, if you guys didn't know. And one of the voices I can do a good Kylo Ren and Batman and Joker, just to name a few. That's only 3 out of 40, right? But TT Games, they have this, and I'll demo them in a minute, but TT Games has this issue of getting voice actors for their games that do not sound good at all. And again, I know some of you in the comments are going to freak out and be like, oh, well, you're just jealous because they didn't choose you, or you're just butthurt because no one knows you exist. Yeah, I am. I'm a little butthurt. No one knows I exist. Now, as a teacher in Hogwarts, when I'm doing Defense Against the Dark Arts, I can incorporate that, right? I can do Kermit and all that stuff. But yeah, would it be cool to actually get a paying job to professionally voice some of these people? Yes, right? My Kermit's better than the actual Kermit. Kevin Conroy sadly passed away. I can do a perfect Kevin Conroy. Mark Hamill's being whatever he's doing right now, non-existing or whatever he's doing with Trump or whatever. I don't know what he's doing. He's doing death sticks in a galaxy far, far away. As much as I love Luke, Mark he ain't the guy. So he was a good Joker, but I could do that too, right? Kylo Ren in Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I'm not even gonna lie. Every time I replay that game, great game, right? Really good game. My favorite Star Wars game. But every time I hear some of the sequel voice actors, especially Kylo Ren, I want to gouge my freaking eardrums out. Very, very bad. The Lego Dimensions game, for some weird reason, when they recast, like, they get Michael J. Fox, right? And 9,000-year-old Christopher Lloyd, they probably got him out of the old person home, right? The boomer home. And, but they couldn't get, guys from the Ninjago TV show? Like, what? What are you, stupid? I don't understand that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're spending all this money on Chris Pratt, Elizabeth Banks, and, whoever the hell you're getting, but you don't get the guy, I don't know how much the Ninjago voice actors make, but clearly not as much as Chris Pratt, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird that they didn't get that, because I guess it's not that hard to do a Zane, but, when you boot up Dimensions, right, you put in Master Wu, you expect, like, I am here to save the day and fight Lord Garmadon, or something, right? And instead you get, hello, I am here to be your friend! And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not Wu. Nia's, and I'm not being sexist, Nia's kind of, easy to do, right? It's just a girl, like a high-pitched girl voice, can't really mess that up. Lloyd, yes, Lloyd in the show was voiced by a woman up until season 8. So, a lot of, anime-ish style shows do that too, right? Ash Ketchum's voiced by a chick too. But, I think that there's a lot of case to be made even with the Lego games that had voice acting, like Lego Jurassic World, right? Like, they got, or I should say Lego Lord of the Rings, that's a better example, right? Lego Lord of the Rings has voice lines directly, archived from that trilogy, or Lego The Hobbit, for example, right? And they brought Christopher Lloyd back for The Hobbit and whatever, but, a lot of the times, like, the Lego voice acting, and I get it, you can't afford or even get Viggo Mortensen or, Andy Serkis or whatever, but, a lot of the Lego games have this effect where, like, it feels like some of the lines are really good, and then some of them feel like they just, like, recorded them in the bathroom stall. You know what I mean? Like, you hear, like, this crinkle and crackle, and it's like, what is that? I get it. It's kind of hard to... I'm not saying game development is easy, but it's like, for God's sake, like, if you're going to do that, like, do it right, right? But yeah, I mean, we got to get to my two things are Lego Star Wars, right? Because Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, incredible game, right? I complained a lot in the past about the marketing, and I still hold true to that. Thankfully, with Lego Batman, we're actually getting good marketing. But yeah, every time I play Skywalker Saga, I recently did a playthrough of all 9 movies and just the levels. And when I hear General Grievous, it's like, okay, cool, right? Like, General Grievous, what can I do? General Kenobi, whatever. And it's like, okay, cool, right? It's Grievous. But then, I think there's, like, one moment in Episode 3, Level 1, where, like, they forgot, because, if you didn't know, Matthew Wood, who does the Grievous voice, right, in the Battle Droids, he doesn't really do the Grievous voice. If you've ever, like, looked up, like, Revenge of the Sith or, like, Clone Wars, like, behind-the-scenes shit, it's Matthew Wood being like, hello, Kenobi, you are the one who I can do. And I get, doing this for 17 years. Like, yeah, that'll, right? It'll screw you up. But, I don't even know if he can do it. But, in the game, they forgot to take it out. So he goes from, like, he sounds like Grievous, and then the next, like, sentence, it's just like him. So it's like, inform Master Sidious that I have all the battle droids. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, what's going on here? So, obviously one tiny mistake isn't going to ruin my gaming experience, but that's just one thing, right? And then you get to Skywalker Saga, the sequel part, right? Which I think it's really cool for the prequel era, right? They got Matt Latner, and they got the girl that voices Padme, and they got, the guy that does Obi-Wan. And that's all well and good, right? I'm not a big fan of the Obi-Wan voice actor. He kind of just sounds too much like Johnny Test, but I think British Johnny Test, I guess. But yeah, and then you get to the originals, and they're fine. And then you get to the sequels, and it's like, okay, Rey's okay. Okay, Rey kind of is a little bit more like too deep, where obviously, like, Daisy Ridley is she came back for the Force Awakens game, so it's really weird they didn't get her back for Skywalker Saga, which is a bigger budget game. But like, Rey in those levels is like, Master Skywalker, hello, I'm Rey, and it's like, no, you're not. That sounds like the most beefed up, adrenaline pumped, Adderall-filled woman I've ever heard in my life. Not that bad, right? Obviously, I'm taking the piss for some comedy, but there's a few scenes where I'm like, oh, she sounds kind of like Daisy, and then I'm like, oh no, she sounds like She-Hulk. You know what I mean? Finn just sounds. I gotta be careful how I say this. Finn, like John Boyega Finn, doesn't. He sounds like a white guy. He does. At least to me. And then Finn in the game sounds like a black guy, which obviously that's good, right? But he just doesn't sound like Finn. Oscar Isaac as Poe is almost more New Yorkish, kind of, I don't know what. Poe has a very normal but also unique voice in the sequels, and I guess Moon Knight, right? When Oscar Isaac isn't fear-mongering the world's going to blow up or whatever, and he's throwing a big hissy fit online, I think, he's really great as Moon Knight, and he's excellent as Poe Dameron, right? Poe's one of the best Star Wars characters ever written, in my opinion. I think he's really, really, really well written, and I love that character, but, Poe in this, he just kind of, like, sounds like a normal guy, like, don't worry, BB-8, I'll come back for you, alright, tell me the plan. It's like, alright, well, yeah, I get it, they're trying, and then you get to Kylo Ren. And this is the part that pisses me off, because, like, my Kylo Ren is exceptional, and I'm not saying that to be like, oh, I'm better than everyone. No, I'm not saying that, but I can at least, right, I don't have an ego, but I can at least admit when I'm good at something, and voice acting is, I'm good at a lot of things, right, and I'm bad at some things, too, so don't take this as a big, I'm better than you video. But I can at least, and you can too, right? You're good at something too. Everyone's good at something, and voice acting is one of the things I'm really good at. And Kylo Ren is just, like in the, oh god, he sounds like Squidward when you, like when you play, and it's Matthew Wood too, of course, right? So I'm playing through the sequels, and I'm having a good time. I'm like, oh cool, I'm replaying The Last Jedi, right? My favorite movie of all time, and or any sequel movie. And then you hear him talk, and he's like, Ray, I want you to join me on the dark side. And I'm like, ugh! Like, like, I don't cringe. I'm not like some, snowflake drama queen where I, like, physically, like, morph my skin or, like, actually get on the floor and, like, cringe. But, like, I'll be honest, whenever I hear him talk, I kind of die a little inside. It's kind of bad. Just because like, when you can do better at something, and then you hear, like, an officially paid actor or whoever do that thing but is inferior to you, and no one knows you effing exist, it's kind of infuriating, you know what I mean? If you've ever been there, it kind of sucks. So, Kylo's like, Ray, I want you to come over to the dark side. And I'm like, oh, God. It's like, so Squidward's getting all sweaty, or, what, it's bad, right? So then, literally, every time, if you ever saw my Let's Play of this game, whenever Kylo would speak, I would say that line again in my Kylo voice. So if he was like, I don't know, you're not doing this, the effort would kill you, I would go, you're not doing this, the effort would kill you. Yes. That night when you called me a monster. Yes, I am. Like, my Kylo Ren is perfect. It's better than the game, and they don't hire me. It's insane. And I know, of course, because they don't fucking know who you are, stupid. Yeah, that's the problem too, right? Getting discovered is really effing hard, right? So TT Games, I'm just, this is not a shot at your company. This is just fair, open criticism. I genuinely love TT Games. They're my favorite game devs. I have so much respect for them, but I'm also not afraid to call them out on their, shortcomings. But hey, if a TT Games dev sees this and they're looking for voice actor shit, I am the Swiss Army knife of voice acting. Hire me, I could voice your whole cast, almost, right? Not the women, except Marge Simpson. But, yeah, like I said, Kylo Ren is, I'm trying to think of Kylo Ren lines. I mean, it's just like, I know what I have to do. Yes. He would have disappointed you just like his father. It's just like, and I'm not going to bore you with my impressions, but, like, the point is that, it's either, I know what I have to do, versus, I know what I have to do. And it's like, ugh. I don't know. It's just gross. It's disgusting. It's like nasally Squidward. I can't stand it. And yeah, like I said, are there better voice actors than me? Sure, right? I'm not saying I'm the best ever, but I am good. And it just sucks when no one knows I exist, right? You get to Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. You get to Joker. And I guess it's not that hard for someone to do a Joker voice, right? It depends on what version you're doing. But, you obviously, I suppose if you're playing like a Lego-esque Arkham game, right, you kind of want to get someone that sounds kind of like Mark Hamill. And, I can do that too. So it's like, Bats, let's go and do something crazy, right? Harley Quinn, come on, Bats, get over here. And it's like, cool. Pay me, I'll do it for $20, TT Games, whatever, just so that my name gets on the map, okay? Please, please, please. Notice me, Senpai, right? Notice me, TT Games, come on. And then you get to Batman, who, again, look, plenty of Batman voice actors over the years, right? We got, Will Arnett, I'm Batman, Lego Batman movie. We got, good old Adam West from the 1966 movies, where he sounds like he's about to die every second, even when he was like 40. And then, of course, you get Michael Keaton, right? I'm Batman, whatever. Christian Bale, gargling marbles. Ben Affleck's just kind of whatever. Robert Pattinson, again, just kind of sounds whatever. But and then, of course, you get to Kevin Conroy, which is very, noticeable and prolific voice actor. Obviously, right? He was in Lego DC Supervillains. He was in the Arkham games, not Origins. Which, by the way, Arkham Origins he's weird, right? Because, like, Roger Craig Smith is a voice actor. I wouldn't say he's that talented because every voice just sounds the same. Where he has this really weird, like, inflection where he does a weird breath after every line. You ever watch, like, regular show where, Thomas the Ram or Arkham Origins where he's like, hey, guys. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Mordecai Rigby, want to come over here for a minute? He does that. You ever notice that when he's Sonic the Hedgehog, too? And, he's like, hey, Dr. Eggman, I sure do love chili dogs. And I'm like, what the fudge are you doing? Even Batman, he's like, you want teeth, I want answers. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? But yeah, and then you get to Kevin Conroy, who, again, is a very distinct voice, right? And I do, it is interesting when you play Arkham Asylum, right? Because it kind of starts where he's more, he means business, but he's like, I am Batman. Barbara, stay sharp. I'll find your dad. And then by the time you get to Arkham Knight, he's like, get on the ground! Riddler, talk! Thank you. And he just beats him up, right? How many more bones do I have to break in your body? And it's just like, oh god, It's like, yeah. Again, the guy they got for, and then Troy Baker as well, who was actually Lego Batman for the longest time. Which he's fine. He's a good kid friendly, all ages Batman voice, I suppose. But then you get to this new guy, Shai Matheson, I believe. So look again, Shai, I'm sure you're doing a good job, buddy. Okay, I'm not mad at you. I'm sure, again, when I play the game, maybe I'll be wrong, okay? I have not played the game. But from what I've heard, it's just, I'm sorry, dude, it's not it. And I get it. I'm one to talk, right? I'm not the one that got money. Why the hell does my opinion matter, right? You're in the game, and I know Shai is never in a billion years going to see this or care. But, if you know voice acting, right? And apparently TT Games hired the guy because he can do all the Batman voices, but it's like every time I hear him, he's like, I'm Batman. I need to become something greater. And I'm like, you do not sound like Batman, buddy. I'm just gonna say that straight up. Yeah, it's not good. So yeah, TT Games, they have a really, really weird track record of getting voice actors that have just, some are really good, and then some are just god awful, right? Like even the Han Solo from the Skywalker saga, right? When you play as Han Solo from the original trilogy, he's like, I don't know, can I even do Harrison Ford? I don't know. Chewie says you got a really good Falcon down here. Fastest ship in the fleet, buddy. Hey, I'm only in it for the money, right? And then you get to sequel trilogy, where he's supposed to be a little more gruff and older. And then you play the game, and it's just the same voice. Like, same guy. Like, he doesn't even try to sound older. Like, my friend here's got a bag full of explosives. Let's use them. Like, Kylo Ren is dead. My son is alive. I'm not even that great at it, but, it's better than the game. So, yeah, it really does stink that, and it's not just me. There are plenty of people, not only in the voice acting industry, but in other industries of media that are better than the people that get paid to do the job. But we just don't have any access or any way or any reach to get noticed, right? It's just like, oh, okay, well, if you're so good, why don't you have the job? Well, it's really freaking hard to get noticed, and it sucks, because if TT Games paid me, you would get, let's just, dude, you get Shaggy, and then you'd get Kylo Ren, and then you'd get Batman, and don't forget Joker. I'm calling process, right? That's what, 5, 6? Hello there. Anakin, I told you, this weapon is your life. If you lose it, you're going to die out there, right? Like, there's, even the clone troopers, right? Show these separatist bounty hunters what to do, right? Send these clankers back to the abyss, right? It's just like, I don't know. And again, I'm not saying I'm the best in the world, but I am better than a lot of people that get paid for this stuff, right? And it's really, really distracting. Because when you watch, when you play Lego Star Wars, right, and you play the prequels, you're like, oh, cool, I know that guy. Oh, this sounds really great. And the end of the sequels, and you're hearing Squidward talking, you're like, what is this? Or Lego Batman. Everyone, it's like a ritual, right? Everyone on the internet, they freak out and they're like, "Oh, Kevin Conroy's dead. If only Kevin Conroy was here." And I'm like, dude, I can do that. Like, please, I swear to God, I would literally cry on the ground if I got discovered. Like, dude, like, you do realize people, like, if I ever have like a talent agency, or like a voice actor person or a dev watch this video, like, think about it. I don't have some kind of ego. I'm just telling you straight up objective truth. You can hire me for something, right? And you could get Joker and Batman. That saves you a crap ton of money from getting whoever and Mark Hamill, right? I'm just saying. No one could tell the difference, I promise you. And if I really got hired, I'd work on it even better, right? So it really is a shame. And I know that, like I said, I'm probably going to get one comment that's like, well, you're actually not that good. It's like, well, okay, sure, whatever. But, at least in my opinion, I think I'm a good voice actor. And it does kind of stink when, you hone your skills in this craft and then no one even knows you exist, right? And I am eternally grateful, truly, for the roles I do land, right? Excuse me. I get roles for, Cole from Ninjago, right? Yes, come on. We can do this, and we're a team, okay? Cole, Master of Earth. And then, of course, Master Wu and all that. I even voice Zane. So, like, there's a few. Even Lloyd I could try, right? We're not abandoning. Lloyd, okay, the Green Ninja. Let's do this.
Lord Garmadon, master of evil and ruler of all Ninjago.
It's like, Garmadon in the Lego Dimensions game is garbage too, right? Like, I don't get it, man. It really, it's more of a rant video, but like TT Games, man, and anyone, like, I don't know what you're doing. Instead of hiring people that don't sound like who they're supposed to like sound like, hire people like me and like other people that can actually do the voice better than the guy you hired, who will work for you for cheaper and then get better roles and have better media. It's like a win-win. And again, it really kind of makes me upset that, again, it's easy for you to be in the comments. You're like, well, franchise, you're stupid because you're just get your name out there. It is tricky, trust me. And again, like I said, the people that I work for in Ninjago videos and all that, Discord people and all the stop motion things I'm in, I love those things. I love them. I do not take that for granted. And if that were to ever lead to a paid position, I mean, shoot, that's cool, right? But, money isn't the end goal for me, right? Like, I'm not doing this just for money, but, would it be nice? Yes. Because, again, I can do 40 whatever voices. Very good. And that's just one person, right? Like, that James Arnold Taylor guy or whatever, there are so many voice actors that are praised for doing a multitude of voices, when in reality they all just sound the same, and it's really making me mad, I'm not saying they don't have talent, but it just, it's kind of like, okay, well, your Obi-Wan Kenobi just sounds like a British version of your Spider-Man or your Johnny Test, right? Oh, Thomas from regular show sounds just like Sonic, right? It's like, that's not really talent. That's just one voice you're doing over and over and over again, right? And I'm sure there's, a few voice actors that actually can do that. But I mean, like, my Batman does not sound like my Gollum. You know what I mean? Or my Clone Wars voice does not sound like Joker. Or whoever, right? Smaug versus Lex Luthor. So it's just, it does kind of stink. But again, TT Games, if you ever were to watch this video, again, I'm assuming Shy is going to kill it. He better. But yeah, what I'm hearing right now, he does not sound like Batman. And I know that it's popular to hate on stuff, but I'm just, like, as a person that can actually do the voices, it does make me pretty, upset that, like, I have to listen to that. I have to become something greater. I'm Batman. It's like, no, you're not. You're TEMU Batman. You're Discount Dollar Store General Batman. You're freaking homeless Batman. You know what I mean? You're the rat. You're Rat Man. I don't know. Now again, I'm sure Shy's a good person. I'm sure we get along. He's, I'm sure he's not like an evil guy. He's probably cool. And I don't mean no shade to him, right? Like, as a person, I'm sure he's a good person, and he's doing it for work. And I get it. He's happy. He's excited. And I'm happy for him. But the end result might not be as good as someone like, me, or even Troy Baker, right? So, I don't know if it was like a money thing. And again, maybe they're going to prove me wrong. Maybe I'm going to play this game and it's going to be, oh shit, I was wrong, right? He did a great job and he killed it. Who knows? I haven't played the game yet, but from what I have seen, it does kind of strike a little bit of fear where it's like, oh, I'm going to have to listen to that for X amount of hours, right? It's just like Kylo Ren. Ray, I'm going to turn you over to the dark side. And I'm like, ugh! It's just gross. Every time I hear it. Just disgusting. Yeah, so again, like, if you, I do have a voice acting video demo reel that I did make. Because I'm a teacher at Hogwarts, it is difficult to edit such a long and arduous video. It might have to come out in the summer. I have an editor that keeps telling me he's going to do it, and he isn't. He's got his own life thing he's doing too, but I hope to get that out relatively soon. But if you guys, like, if you really want me, like, not just like people like you guys, but like if there is a voice actor or a dev from a studio or someone that is potentially watching this video, if this would ever get traction, if you want, doesn't matter who's asking it, like, put in the comments, hey, what are the 40 voices, right? Like, do a voice, and I can reply to, I think YouTube has this feature where you can, like, reply to people now, so I could do that. Like, if you really want me to, I will I'll do a voice, like, hey, list the voices. F it, I'll do it. I'm going to list every voice I do in the comment section. I'll pin it in this video. And if you want a demo, if you want to hear a specific voice or a specific line from a specific voice, tell me in the comments. And I'm pretty sure I can actually record my voice and get back to you on that. Because, hey, if someone is watching who is looking for new meat, right, new blood, and they're like, "Oh, wait, you can do that? Well, let me hear it, and then if you like it, hey, maybe I can get hired or something, right? So who knows? This is kind of my plea for game devs, not only TT Games, but also just people who cast voice actors who do not sound like their role. Um, go look at the little guys like me and other people, right? Like there are people that do really good voices that just aren't noticed. Again, like my Kermit is better than the actual new Kermit. Like that's not an ego or like, oh, of course, like I swear to God. So like if you want to hear certain voices, I'll list them and I'll pin them in this comment. Let me know and I'll do one for you. And if you want to, get me for a stop motion thing, you want to, hire me, anyone listening, that'd be cool. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm like I said, eternally grateful for all the voice acting I have done for people, paid or not paid. It is experience and it helps me and it gets my name out there to some degree. And I'm just happy to do it. If I can lend my voice to a project to make that project better or more authentic sounding, that's my goal, right? There are just so many videos, like stop motion Lego things, and I'm not gonna name any names, but like you listen to a certain voice and you're like, ugh, that sounds like it's either like a 4-year-old doing it or like some adult that sounds nothing like the character. And it's like, well, I get it. It's some Lego thing that, 50 people are going to watch. Who cares? But it's like, no, like that's not the idea, right? It's the principle. If you're going to hire somebody to do a voice, you want that person to sound like the character, right? That's the point. And when you don't, it kind of bogs down your whole project into just like, well, okay, that person sounds really good. And then that guy, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why they hired him to do that, So, again, it's just kind of like little rant. Hey, Lego Batman's, they're killing it, though, right? They got good marketing. Graphics look sick. Apparently, it's going to run 60 FPS, which is, I mean, I would hope it would. Who knows? In gaming now, a lot of games that give you 60 FPS and 30 FPS options, the 30 FPS is often better because the 60 FPS version is like choppy and stuttery and garbage. The 30 FPS is at least, guaranteed to give you a locked 30 normally. But I'm assuming Lego Batman can do 60, at least I hope it would. The story looks cool, right? I mean, the combat looks awesome. Like, everything about this game is incredible looking. And I'm so excited to get this game. But every time I hear Batman speak, or, Catwoman sounds fine, Gordon sounds fine, Joker's whatever, I'd be better Joker too, but the Joker I think is fine, I guess. But yeah, that Batman just ain't doing it for me. And again, I really don't want you to walk away from this video thinking like I'm pissed at Shy, or I'm mad at, TT and I hate them. It's like, no, like I want to improve on what I see fit to improve on, right? Like if I know I can do a better job at this than someone else, then I should have that opportunity to at least prove it, right? And I get it. No one knows I exist, and that's a shame, and that should change. But whatever, right? I mean, what are you gonna do? Getting noticed in this world is really hard unless you're saying 6'7", or Hawk Tua or whatever the hell. My luck, literally, if somebody took a random ass clip of me from like a whatever video, the Barbie thing that Echo Killshot made, like rubbing them on each other, or me falling off my chair, or me as fat Batman falling off the treadmill. I swear to God, one of those clips could go viral. That'd be cool. But like, it's just nowadays with fame. And I'm not going to turn this into a mini rant, but like, it's funny to me that like the stupidest shit imaginable gets you famous, right? And it's not just the 6'7" kid, it's the fucking Chewbacca mom from 2013 or whatever, just some fat pig in her car going like, and she's like getting all this fame. And then there's me who like actually has talent, or maybe you who has talent with a music instrument, or whatever you do that, maybe you're a good writer or a good singer. There are so many people out there that are actually good at something that don't get famous, and then you get some random hobo off the street doing something random, right? Or like whatever it is, and then he gets his 20 seconds of fame or whatever. So, that's how the world works, I guess. But like I said, I'm going to wrap this up saying some of the voice acting in the Lego games is great. Some of it's garbage. I can do better. And TT Games, any game dev, if you are genuinely interested in what I have to offer or bring to the table, please let me know. Contact me. I got Discord, I got Twitter, I got YouTube, of course. Please, hook a brother up if you want to see what I have to offer. Again, I will list all of my voices that I can do in the pinned comment of this video. And if you want me to perform a specific voice, ask me in the comments. I think I can get that going where I can reply to you with a voice thing. I'll try. If not, I will also link my Discord if you want to go check that out as well. And I can obviously do it there better. But yeah, like I said, man, I'm not mad at Shy. I'm not mad at the guy Matthew Wood, who does Kylo Ren. I'm just saying there are certain people in this world that have actual talent and they don't get noticed, and it's really freaking sad. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this idea. Hey, if you have a certain talent and you're mad too that no one knows you exist with it, let me know in the comments. I mean, it's cool that, you can, like, I can apply my voices for certain things in life, but would it be cool to be the guy that voices Batman and Joker and Gollum and Jack Sparrow and, Kylo Ren and the Clone Guy and Obi-Wan and, and the this summer, a brand new movie from the studio that brought you Chicken Wing or, whatever. Like, I can do all that stuff, right? And it really does suck that, again, no one knows I'm here. But yeah, if there's a person listening that has a hookup, hook me up, and you will not be disappointed, I promise. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think on this issue. Are you going to get Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight? And, well, I know I am for sure. Probably on Xbox. But yeah, I'm excited with TT Games. I love you guys. I do. But at least you're better with your marketing now. But the voice acting for some of your games is kind of whack. You got to fix that. Anyway, thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.